The broadcast.
All right. We are supposed to be live. Oh, wow. Samantha Lowe in the house. How's it going?
Howdy.
Thing should hopefully start up. Yes, we are live. I can see it on YouTube. It worked. Dad scheduled something and didn't screw it up.
Nice work, man. That's why I let you do that kind of stuff. I'm going to mess it up every time.
This is pretty good. I'm shocked. Like, that's the first time it's actually something's worked.
It's still early in the show. It's
where the gremlins coming out. Oh no. Oh my gosh, this could get bad. What's up, Drew? I missed you, buddy. What have you been up to?
I know. Oh geez, man, I miss you too. I've been just live streaming and vlogging, and
you have been like living at the park. What's up, Nasa Luis? Sorry, Nasa. It's Nasa. I remember that from the Diz Jabber show. That's how you say it, Nasa.
Nasa.
And we got Mouse and the Magic in the house.
Mouse and the Magic.
It's lots of magic going on.
There's lots of magic going on.
Samantha Lowe was in here, said hi. Yeah, you've been like Samantha. Living at the park. Okay, so apparently those reservations are not crazy difficult to get.
Not really. Not really. I will tell you though, what happened today was I wanted to cancel a reservation we have because you can have 3 reservations at a time.
Okay.
You know, think of like fast passes.
Yeah, it's a fast pass type scenario.
Exactly. So once you say I went today, so I'd be down to 2, but I'd have to wait until I think midnight or something, or like tomorrow and make another one. So today I was like, okay, we have 3, but we had to switch a day. So I canceled it. And I was like, cool, I canceled it. And then I went in to make another reservation and it wouldn't let me because it was still thinking, you know what I mean? Yeah, it was still thinking that I had 3 reservations. So I'm guessing I have to wait till like midnight tonight. But we'll see. I'm going to try it tomorrow morning.
It's not, I had heard originally that it may have been like you had to use all 3 before you could book one, but once one drops off, you can book another one.
Like
you can just kind of keep rolling.
You just kind of like right now we have 2 in the bank or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, we got 2 in the bank right now. And then like tomorrow, I'll let everybody know how that works. If it just has to like wait to get cleared, like a check, and then I can do it tomorrow or whatever. I don't know.
Don't cash that today. Just wait a few days. I remember doing that. Yeah.
Just wait a month. Yeah. Wait a month before you cash that.
Could you just wait a little bit?
But yeah, what have you been up to, man?
Dude, I've been at the house. That's all I ever do is I'm pretty much here at the house. But hey, Sammy Skidoo in the house. Keep it family friendly, Skidoo. Watch that mouth.
Skidooch.
Skidoo was throwing the adult language the other night over in the Diz Jabber show.
What, Sammy? That's my job. That's my job.
Sammy was doing the goofy beeps.
Uh-oh.
And blaming me, but you know. That's much. I do instigate. I will admit that.
And that's what I love about you, Jami. That's what I love about you, man.
I stir the pot, man. I've always been that way. I am a poker and a prodder and a sarcastic jerk sometimes. I just think it's funny, man.
Yeah,
I think it's funny to throw gasoline on fires.
Poke some bears, see what happens.
Poke a few bears, you know. No one gets really hurt. I mean, you might lose an eye. I mean, okay, that's fine. It happens.
You have 2. You have 2 eyes.
You got 2. Unless you're Rey Mysterio and you lost an eye in a wrestling match this week. I saw that news story.
Really? I don't follow wrestling. I'm not going to lie.
Neither do I anymore, but I remember him from my childhood. And I just saw it came up on my Amazon thing where it shows like different news stories. And it's like Rey Mysterio loses an eye in a wrestling match. I'm like,
ow. How did somebody like poke him in the eye or?
I don't read the stories. I just look at the headlines.
You don't get the facts, man. You just see it.
I make up my own facts.
You're like, oh, that's moving on. So yeah, I've been here at the house, kind of just messing with stuff. I did make a purchase today, which was pretty exciting. Yes, you were telling me that.
Dad ordered a new camera.
Woo!
So I'm going to be retiring the good old EOS Rebel T5i from 1984 that I'm currently on right now. And I upgraded into the Canon mirrorless system And I got an M6 Mark II. I just like they call it Mark II. It reminds me of Iron Man.
Yeah.
I feel like now I should be able to claim that I am Iron Man because
you know what? Maybe you should put that in like the title on the bottom. Just be like, I am Iron Man.
I am Iron Man.
From now on.
I now have a Mark II, so I'm Iron Man.
Well, you were saying I'm big balling with my two, Universal and Disney Pass.
Yeah.
Look at you balling with your brand new camera, man.
Yeah, but I buy them all on sale, and the only reason I bought it is because it went on a flash sale. Like it was like $300 cheaper than it should have been.
Wow, really?
And so I was like, I had to. So I will be upgrading my studio here. I mean, this doesn't look bad. This actually looks pretty good to me. But it's got like a bunch of noise in it. You can if you look in the background, it's very you see like lots of dots. And that's because this camera is so old, it doesn't do well in low light. Yeah. So the new one's fantastic. And I'll probably end up doing like an unboxing and a camera. I'm going to possibly do some tech stuff on my channel. I mean, it's Dad got this, so it could be anything technically, my channel.
Dad's got tech.
So
man. Dad's got tech.
I figured I would do a little bit of tech stuff with all the things I've hobbled together to do my YouTube-edness and see because I mean, honestly, I've been doing this thing on the budget of budgets. Well, I mean, I've got Home Depot lighting, a shower curtain, I'm doing what I can to get it to look good, but no money.
But I'll tell you, Jamie, like in all sincerity, man, like your stuff and what you're doing, it looks super professional. You're doing a great job, man. You're doing way better than me. I wish I had that.
Mouse and the Magic, Peter McKinnon Mark II. Ah, man. I have been binging Peter McKinnon videos. If you guys don't know who he is, he's like a very famous videographer and photographer, vlogger. If you ever want to look into upping your video production and editing and stuff like that, he is fantastic. And he has some amazing, simple tips and tricks on how to light things and shoot things and different ways to think about how you use your camera. So I'm trying to you'll see my next couple videos are trying to be a little bit more, they throw this term around cinematic.
No, but it is, dude. Like what you showed me, it's super cinematic. It's beautiful. Like what you're doing. So,
I'm trying to work some of that fancy, but the funny thing is when he does it, he's snowboarding and he is Canadian, and he's snowboarding on a glacier, jumping out of a helicopter. And I'm I'm eating an orange.
Yeah.
In my backyard.
And it was
and I'm throwing a ping pong ball. It's I'm doing such mundane things compared to what these guys are doing. It's crazy.
Dude, if people can make videos about marble racing, which, hey man,
there's some serious, if you guys ever get into a YouTube hole, go check out the marble, just Google marble racing. And there's this whole league that they have, this guy makes, and he's got names and teams for the marbles, and he races them through beach settings.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, dude.
And here's something awesome. My latest video, Haru Mami, aka
Hello,
Gary,
Haru.
aka. He has a million names. AKA, who's that guy behind Gary? It's just,
Gary is in his house.
Yes, the bucket shot. Yes, Mouse and the Magic. That is an awesome video. If you do watch one of his videos, watch the bucket shot. It's amazing. And then there's another guy who's his best friend or something. His guy's his Matty Hapayoyoyo. It's the weirdest last name. I think it's Icelandic or something, Nordic. I don't know. Yes, there's a guy behind you. I'm not even looking at your screen, Gary, and I can tell that there's somebody behind you.
Yes.
And so just watch out. Mm-hmm. Just watch out. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told you I'm terrible. I'm a terrible person for this. That's what I do.
I'm just an accomplice. I just sit
and
here.
And Drew's just here's the gasoline.
Let me help. No, you had the gasoline. I just add a little bit of sugar.
And the match.
Yes, I'm the match. The match lighter.
That's what Dad's been up to. Dad's been messing with. I bought this new phone case for my
fancy
phone, and it has this little detachable grip, so you can hold it like a camera.
Is that actually Is that actually comfortable though?
It is for holding it like when you're filming.
Yeah.
And it has like different settings, so you can move it to like the side if you've got a bigger hand or a smaller hand.
Nice. Yeah.
And it comes off, so you don't have this big giant thing in your whatever all the time. And then it's got these like giant filters that you put on top of the lens, so that when you're filming, it blocks out the sun and doesn't overexpose. I've gotten really techie, nerdy, geeky on some of this stuff.
Oh, you got to, man.
Trying to see, to make my silly videos look as nice as they can. I can't wait, honestly, to get somewhere that I can. And the funny thing is, I delved into all this after I went on my beach vacation. So there's like so many things that I would have done differently on my beach vacation had I known what I know now. I would have filmed things differently. I would have all the stuff, but hey, hindsight.
Well,
speaking of my beach video,
that's what I was just going to say, man.
It was funny. So I released like part 1 of our apocalypse beach vacation is what I called it, because that's pretty much what it was. And I had, put the name of the hotel in there, and I'll say I'm here. There was a fantastic hotel. It was the Sheraton Sand Key. It's out in Clearwater. It's a little bit off the edge of the beaten path. It's not right in the middle heart of the Clearwater beach. So we were kind of secluded in like a nice side area. The resort was clean. Everybody was doing everything you're supposed to do from a social distancing standpoint. Like, we felt really safe vacationing there. And, of course, my daughter's telling everybody she can find that it's her birthday. So every employee at the hotel knew that we were in there for my daughter's birthday. So one of the employees found my video and reached out to me. Sean Kitching does some awesome B-roll tutorials too. Mouse and the Magic, man. You and me must have like this. Are you like stalking my my YouTube history or something? Because
I told her to, but
that Sean Kitchen guy, I'll stop my thing. But okay, he's hilarious because tangent. He is this like, I think he's Australian, but he is like the epitome of a surfer dude. So he looks dead surfer dude model like not me. Picture the opposite of me. And so he's like, I'm going to show you how to make a cinematic video using your iPhone. And then he films his model girlfriend in jean shorts, basically, like on the beach doing all these things. And I'm like, yeah, it's not too hard to make an interesting cinematic video when you have like perfect model people to do everything. Like if I filmed that exact same video with just me, because that's all I have ever is just me, it would not be the same look and feel. I would not get the same invoked. Like me in jean shorts, not a good look.
Oh, we should do that though. That'd be fun.
The jean short challenge.
Yeah, dude. See how many places you can go wearing jean shorts. Oh
my God, jorts. That's what we used to call them was jorts.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna wear like the Dukes?
South African. Okay, South African, Australian. They all seem the same to me. South African, Australian, Netherlands. It's all in that very sounds similar accenty type thing to me. But he's always traveling, so I never knew where he was from because like every video is like, I'm in Bali, I'm in the Philippines, I'm in Hawaii. It's like,
because I'm a beautiful looking man.
So I'm a beautiful looking man and I have a beautiful looking girlfriend. I'm going to go backflip off this rock in 120 frame per second slow-mo.
Well, you know what? Maybe we need to find good looking people that just come in our videos. Like they pop in and they're like, hey, how you doing? Just for a second.
I have my wife, but she won't. She's like, don't put me on camera. Don't put me on camera.
My wife as well. She yells at me when she'll
accidentally see herself for 15 seconds in the video and she's like, why am I in there?
Edit that out. I'm
like, people want to know that I have a wife. I talk about this wife all the time. They want to know I'm not lying.
My wife.
So back to the hotel. This worker reaches out to me via YouTube and makes comments like, oh my gosh, we totally remember your daughter. Not me. We totally remember your daughter from your trip. And I want to share your video on the Sheraton Facebook page. Can I do that? Can you do that? Yes.
Absolutely. Yes, please do.
Yes, please do. And she's like, well, I can't do it. Can you share it? So I shared it. But when you share as like let's say Red Bull has a Facebook page and you share something to that, it literally gets buried. It's impossible to find user shared posts on Facebook pages. They have like this 17 different sections you have to click on to find it. Nobody's ever going to see it. So I was like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. At least they let me do that. That was really nice of them.
Right. And
then I get a message from the Sheraton Facebook administrator, the page administrator. They're like, oh my God, the whole staff remembers you, your family and your daughter. Is it okay if we share your video to the main Facebook page? Because in our opinion, you nailed like vacationing during this safely, like to a T. Like you laid it out and you showed that it can be done and it was great. Can we share it? Like, yes. They have like 17,000 Facebook followers on their page. So if you go to the Sheraton Sand Key, just in Facebook, type Sheraton Sand Key, you'll see the top post is my dumb mug in front of their hotel. And leave a comment. Let them know that you know me or you saw it or whatever. And just leave a comment because that'll help me because they'll see that it's getting engagement and they'll think it's cool. Because I want them to give me free hotel rooms.
Absolutely.
Basically. It's really what I want. I want to be able to go and be like, you know what would be really awesome? What if I vlog? Do you have a penthouse? If you have a penthouse, I want to vlog that. Can we do that? I'd do that. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Just tell them Jami will not be in jean shorts, though.
No, I will. There will be no jean short footage of me. Trust me, it's not going to be worth anything.
No.
So that was pretty cool to me.
That's super
as a
awesome,
little
dude.
YouTuber with like 2,000 subscribers to have like a major brand, even though it's probably just like somebody in the basement of the Sheraton thing who manages that Facebook page.
Yeah, don't sell
to
yourself
me,
short,
that just seems cool, man. That somebody of that size was like, hey, this is cool. Can we share that? I'm like, of course you can share that. You can steal it. I don't care what you do.
Well, yeah. Well, but it's showing that you're actually doing something good, though. Like, you know what I mean? Like in your videos and what it looks like and the feel of it and all that kind of thing. You know what I mean? I thought it was, and that was me, my first attempt at some like different editing chops and some different things. So I was actually pretty proud of that video. So I'm happy that it kind of got that thing. Speaking of being proud, somebody in this 2-screen scenario just broke a milestone. I did.
700.
I did, man.
And you did one of the most creative giveaways that I've seen. The car race. I loved it.
Yeah, dude. But honestly, I want to be like,
and
totally my idea.
You rigged it because Goofy winning,
dude.
Spoiler alert.
No,
spoiler
I
alert if you haven't watched it. He rigged it. Goofy's his guy, and somehow the Goofy car wins it all.
Dude, I swear. Not even rigged, man. I swear. It was funny. I was just, honestly, when it came down to Minnie and Goofy, I had it in my mind. I'm like, all right, I kind of hope the Minnie car wins just because it's going to look like I rigged it. And that's what my kids said. They're like, Dad, you rigged that? I'm like, dude, no, man. No.
Everybody comment on his video. Hashtag you rigged it.
You rigged it, man. I want my subscribe back or whatever.
I want my $2.
Yeah, I want my $2. Yeah, no, but I was really
anybody somebody from our commenters, they're all in the same group. Do you guys know what I want my $2 is from? If you know, put it up in the chat.
I actually don't.
It's an old. You don't know that movie?
No.
Oh, it's like maybe I don't know. Movie.
Oh, okay. You're not going to tell, obviously. Yeah.
No, I want to see if anybody else. I'm sure. I think Skidoo will probably know it.
Maybe might know. Like when I see it, I might know.
Oh, you'll know it. I think probably if I say it, you'll know it.
Hey, we'll see if anybody Mommy. She wrote, "You rigged it."
You rigged it. Yes.
You rigged it. Hey.
And then so you hit your 700, which is awesome.
Yeah, I hit my 700.
Big, man.
Yeah, it was huge for me, man. It was like, and but back to the car race thing. Like seriously, like I want to be like I came up with that idea all by myself, but that's not how it happened. My son Lucas, I'm going to give him another shout out, man. Yeah, me and him were just playing cars. And he was like, Dad, you know, it'd be cool if you like recorded a race. And then me and him started talking. And I was like, well, I am going to do a giveaway. And then he was like, well, you should do like a car race for the giveaway. And I'm like, dude, that's brilliant. That's just fun. It was just fun. It was fun.
I need a refreshing beverage. Can everyone please hold on while I have a refreshing polar black cherry?
Sure.
Oh, he's got the mini can.
Sure. I will have myself a Yeti Mischief. That's what I'm going to do. I got coffee and water going because...
Oh, that is refreshing. Ooh. Polar. You should sponsor the Dad and Drew Show.
Absolutely. I know. Look at this. Come on. If anybody knows anybody that works at Polar, or I'm not kidding you, we endorse.
I drink a lot of Polar. Between Dad and Drew, we probably are keeping them in business here in the Central Florida area.
Seriously, man. I made a special trip. Well, not just to get the Polar, but
That's why you did. That's the only reason.
Well, that's the only reason. Well, that and Moxie. But yeah, dude, I had like
Polar and Moxie.
No, but dude, I had like 14 cases of these little things.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yep. I know. I want to be, and honestly, all I want is free seltzer. That's all I'm asking. I don't know about you, Dad. I'm a pretty easy going.
Okay, so Sammy says she's a total 80s buff. So do you know that movie, the I Want My $2? Come on. If you don't get in a few seconds, I'm just going to go ahead and say it and see if anybody remembers it, if I'm the only idiot who knows.
No. As soon as you say it, I'm probably going to go, wow, I'm dumb.
And you have to say it, I want my $2 many times.
I will.
John Cusack. There's the clue. John Cusack.
Ooh. Oh.
I do.
Haru Mami does.
Come on. Scroll up. Did she say it?
I see. Mine's on a little bit of a delay. I think Mouse and the Magic chimed in.
Yes, she got it. Better Off Dead with John Cusack. That is such a cult movie, and it's so good.
See, I feel bad. I've never seen it.
Oh my god, it's so good.
I love John Cusack, man.
There's the running gag in the movie is there's a paper boy, and like he's supposed to get $2 from John Cusack for his paper, and John Cusack never pays him. So like he haunts him the entire movie. Like he'll be like walking down the street, and you'll see this kid on the bike. I want my $2. Like the kid, he's like stalking him.
Yeah, for $2
for these $2. Oh yes, dishonor on your cow.
Oh my god, I know. I'm sorry. I watch a lot of movies, man. I didn't catch.
I'm gonna bet you never did the homework, did you?
Dude, I wanted to. I really did. I really did, dude. I've been like crazy busy. Like I know it's no excuse. It's no excuse.
No, you've been in the park like every day.
Oh man, I've been running. I feel like I've just been running around. Like, and tomorrow I'm going to the park again. Like,
which one are you going to?
Animal Kingdom, because Lucas wanted to go. You. I know. I'm sorry, but I will be live streaming for a little bit.
Are you going to do? You're going to have to do Flight of Passage. I mean,
absolutely.
It was like what, a 10-minute wait?
10. I can't even.
Jesus,
it's
man.
10-minute wait. I say it, and like every time I go live or I make a vlog, if anybody is like what they're all about is theme park rides, and especially Disney theme park rides. Right now, I just walked by Peter Pan, dude. Every time I walk by, it's 5 to 10 minute wait. 5 to 10 minute wait.
It's normally like 45 to 90.
45 to 90 at any given day. And then, Flight of Passage, 2 hours.
Like, Peter Pan.
That's Peter Pan.
Really, people? Really?
Yeah, but it's just that classic.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's that classic.
It's the last in the dark kind of fly through ride they have.
Yeah.
Speaking of rides and attractions,
I'm listening.
Bunch got the axe this week.
Wait. Oh yeah, I saw that, man. Well,
yeah, man.
With Stitch though,
Stitch has been
already
pretty much
that was like gone.
But it wasn't. Like they would like open it for like a week, and then they would close it for like 8 months, and then they would open it for like a week.
See, I thought they just
weird.
Well, I thought they just. I never paid attention because first of all, couldn't stand that ride. I did not. I went on that ride once.
I don't think I know anybody who liked that ride.
Even Stitch people that love Stitch. It was just a weird ride. I love Stitch. Do you love Stitch?
Because wasn't it originally like an Aliens ride?
It was like Alien Encounters, I guess, which I never rode on. And
it was like supposed to be. It was basically turned out to be too scary for Disney.
Well, dude, Stitch was too scary.
And the Stitch one would still traumatize your kid, man. You want to traumatize your kid?
Yeah.
Bring him to that ride.
No, dude, we brought Taylor when he was 3, my oldest. We brought him on that ride. We had no idea, man. Like
he must hate Stitch now. He's like an anti-Stitch person.
None of us like Stitch. I mean, I'm not knocking him.
It really wasn't a ride. Haru's right. It's not a ride. It was an attraction.
It's a weird experience, is what it was. It was almost like the Bug's Life, but bad.
Bug's Life or mean, Spaceship Earth's more of a motion simulator, but literally they just strapped you in a chair and shot water at you and made lights flicker and
it was really loud and dark
and really loud and like flickering and like epileptic fits and
it was just
I don't think I know one person who was like, oh no.
But it makes you wonder, how did that ride stick around for so long if it got so much like negative feedback?
I think because it's just jammed into like a little corner.
Yeah.
And it was so forgettable. It was easy for them to not like actually close it, just to kind of shutter it and not deal with it.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they must have something planned for that area. Maybe that's the only reason they're admitting that it's completely closing.
I'm hoping so. So.
And then terrible. I was actually a little bummed that the Rivers of Light show,
dude,
at Animal Kingdom, got the axe.
I'm very upset. That. Fantastic show. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think that was the only nighttime like parade light show kind of thing besides the fireworks that they had. And I went there
because they can't do fireworks at Animal Kingdom because of the animals.
Right, exactly. So they figured
they did this, and that was when they had extended the hours of Animal Kingdom to try to make it a full day park.
Right.
Because it had always been kind of a half day park.
Well, it's like opens at 10 most of the time or something like that, 9 or 10.
And then it was closing at like 6 or something like that. So they had extended it to like 9 something or 10 o'clock so that you could have a nighttime experience with that. And it was because they have to keep it open late because there's no way they can cut the hours to like get rid of nighttime because then Pandora is useless.
Right. Oh yeah. Right.
Pandora at night.
It's gorgeous.
Is mind-bending.
It's gorgeous. Well, and that's the thing. I don't know how you feel. Like during the day, I go to Pandora, and I'm like, it's okay.
Underwhelmed.
A little underwhelmed. It's cool, but I'm underwhelmed. But at nighttime, all of a sudden, you're like, where am I? This is insane.
Yeah, insane. It is literally an alien planet at night.
Yep. They did their homework.
It was such a pretty show. It was. Harumami, you never got to see it.
Oh my!
Dude, it has like these the lights and the flowers would open up and
but they had
that show.
I loved how they did kind of like on Fantasmic where they like shut out the water and then they projected on it. It was beautiful, man. I don't understand. I don't understand why they got rid of that. I'm
thinking because money, like they are just hemorrhaging funds right now.
Yep. Well,
even at the level they're open now. I would guess they're probably not even break even.
No.
At their operating costs at what I'm seeing of people in the park.
I've been in them, dude.
And I would guarantee that the majority of those people are probably annual pass holders.
And vloggers.
That's
all I say, man.
And because I can't honestly recommend to somebody to pay your money to do a Disney vacation right now.
Not like that. Not if you want the full deal. Like I said, if you just want to go on rides,
even if all you cared about was rides, it's still, I don't think it's worth it because the hotel is basically the same price.
Which is crazy.
Airfare you can get cheap. I've seen Southwest is send things for like $49 or something. They're like, tip the driver and you can come on the plane kind of scenario.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. But it's crazy to me that they didn't lower some of the hotel prices.
I've looked and the hotel prices don't look like they've gone bargain basement. I mean,
no way, man. We actually just looked today. We just looked today, man, and it was still for Pop Century, which is a value resort. That was like $160, something like that, like $160 a night. But also, it's always funny to me, and I just want to scream. Like, say it's 160 and you want to stay 2 nights. So in your mind, you're like, okay, 160. You're looking at, $320. And then you get to checkout, and it's like over $400.
Somehow these weird fees show up.
It's the resort fee, and I'm like, isn't that what I'm paying for the
I hate
stay?
That scenario.
It's terrible. I don't
just show me the real full price.
That's what I said. Like, just put that price in.
Games.
No, just put that price in and be like, this is what the total will be, so I can make an estimated. Now,
I don't think Mouse and the Magic that it's going to be. They're going to bring it back. I think it's Dunzo, because they're announcing like it's a canceled type thing.
Yep.
So they may bring something else back, but I don't think that that's ever coming back. like, I don't know if I guess I don't know if they canceled Mary Poppins.
Okay, no, that's what I was just going to talk
Or they
to,
postponed
No.
Mary Poppins. I've heard it's canceled.
I heard the two things that I heard. I think there's a third thing, but I know two things. They said the refurbishment or like the re-theming of Spaceship Earth was like
it's gone. It's not even going to happen.
It's not going to happen because that would have been a very, very expensive. Oh yeah, absolutely, man. To like shut that ride down, overhaul it, blah blah blah. But then, yeah, I was super, super sad. Mary Poppins thing was just like, getting the axe, which...
Yeah, they're just hacking things at the moment because they are literally hemorrhaging cash. It's bad.
Well, you know what it reminds me of, dude, is I watched a thing on like Disney Plus and they were talking about like when they were creating Epcot. Dude, they had like 25 different countries they were going to like put.
Epcot was supposed to be a legitimate city, like where people live.
It was... Yeah, it was supposed to be like all like...
And Roy was like, let's just do a thing in the middle.
Yeah, no, like they just started cutting out like... Yeah.
It was supposed to be more of like a city and an experience.
Right. Yeah, no, that's the time we're living in right now. It's weird. Like that, where this is like the new that, you know what I mean? Where it's like they had all these grand ideas of what they're going to do. And then they're like, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. So it's kind of sad.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to tread water till they can turn the spigot back on again. Because, I mean, for a while there, they were just printing money.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every day it seemed like as an annual pass holder, they're like, it's going up 8%. It's going up 10%. It's going up 20%.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were just jacking rates.
Yep.
And then now they got hit in the face with this thing.
Yep. Well,
and people are like,
But you know what I don't understand though? If that's the case, and you're like, oh my gosh, we need like all this money. Why did they cut the annual pass holder? Like, you know what I mean? You can't right now. You can't even buy an annual pass if you wanted to get one. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I don't think they have the staff to handle enough people. They're running on like skeleton crew.
Yeah.
And I didn't know the whole reason for the Up show not being going the way. Well, the Up's been redone. The Up show's different now. It's not the characters from the Bird Show.
Oh, okay.
There's no longer Doug and Russell and the Ranger guy. I can't remember his name.
Ranger Rick.
Ranger Rick. We'll go with that.
Yeah.
He's not there. None of those people are there anymore. And I didn't know the reason for that and the Beauty and the Beast. While you were like, why is the Beauty and the Beast show not going? Yeah. Well, the reason is the actors group.
Yep.
The union is fighting with Disney over like safety precautions for the actors and stuff like that. So they're not, they haven't been able to come to a deal to bring that group back.
Yeah.
And that's the group that provides, all the really good characters that you see throughout the park in the different experiences. They're all provided by that actor group. That's why all the shows are shut down. Right. I didn't know that. I thought those were all just legitimately just straight Disney employees.
Yeah.
But they're actually like part of this other company that's contracted to provide all the other stuff to Disney. So if you guys are wondering why are all the shows shut down, that's why, because they can't come to a deal with them either from a compensation standpoint or a safety standpoint.
Oh,
I think
they want some hazard pay, man, and they're going to get it at some point.
I think they should, man. I mean,
I absolutely do.
You're putting yourself at risk.
Yep.
But yeah, so that's pretty crazy going on there right now. I don't even know what we were talking about that started that, but attractions.
We're talking about things getting cut and the Stitch and all that.
The Stitch, yep. So yeah, that ride was ridiculous. And it's right. It's not even a ride. It's a experience.
Thing. It's a thing. It's a thing.
It was horrible.
Yeah. Well, but over in that area, I went the other day, like in the Stitches, where the Stitch area is, and they did. Excuse me. They did not have in Tomorrowland. They didn't have the laugh floor going. That hasn't been open, which I don't know why. And
I wonder if it's the same thing. I wonder
maybe.
It's the same group that's doing the character type stuff because that stuff's kind of done live.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Like they interact with the people in it's not like an all pre-recorded show.
Right.
There's like the people who do the puppets and stuff or whatever. And then they're like, that Turtle Talk. Is Turtle Talk with Crush going?
That I don't know. I actually haven't ventured over in that area. I'll check next time I go to Epcot.
Because I love Turtle Talk with Crush. That's
I do too.
Show.
So it's fun. Yeah, it's funny.
It's just fun every time. Funny. Yeah. And I love that technology.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's so awesome that they've got that where like that cartoon character can legitimately interact with people live like that.
Yeah.
Like to me as a child, if you put me as like a 4-year-old or 5-year-old, and I'm talking to a actual cartoon who's talking back to me, not just random things that are similar to what we're talking about, like specific to me, talking about like my shirt,
you,
my hat.
You in the black shirt,
yeah. That's just amazing to me.
Absolutely,
like that would blow my mind as a kid.
Yep. Well, speaking of that, when was the first time you went to Disney? On a random tangent here.
Oh, I don't know. We went all the time.
But you were young. You were young though.
Young. Oh yeah.
Like
the big trip I remember was when I think it was like 95, which was when I graduated like high school. Like I was graduating high school, my sister was graduating college, and my parents gave us like this big trip to Disney as like a thing. And we all went as this family. But before that, we had gone before, like me and my family, when I was tiny, we had gone a couple times. So I don't even remember.
Wow. So you just don't remember your first time because you've always known that you've gone.
I've always known that we've gone a couple times and stuff like that. And then like when we became like always going, it just kind of like it's desensitized me. And I'm horrible. Like my childhood memory, I am legitimately Dory. Unless people remind me of things that happened.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you what happened to me when I was a kid. I couldn't tell you what happened to me in high school. I couldn't tell you what happened to me in college. There's stories I remember from telling over and over again, but it's like my memory doesn't work that way. It's weird. I think I jammed so much useless information into my brain.
No,
something has to go. But like I know all the words from Baby Got Back. So that's good.
No, I know. I hear you. Yeah, I think that's me too, man. Yeah.
Does anyone else think that's ridiculous? Like you can't remember what you did, I don't know, 3 weeks ago. If somebody's like, hey, where did you go to lunch like last week?
Oh my God, dude. We were just talking about that. Yeah.
But Hammer Time comes on and you will word for word sing that song. And it's not one song. You could word for word sing dozens of songs from your childhood / mid-adult age.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's remarkable that like, that's what sticks in everybody's brain.
Well, that or like quoting movies. You know what I mean?
Backpacking through Europe. That seems so epic.
Yeah.
Like, was it cool, Mouse and the Magic? Like, or was it like, okay, was it awesome or was it hostile?
Yeah. Or was
because I could see it could go either way.
And did you go backpacking by yourself, or were you with a friend or friends?
People, or did you stay in hostels? Like that seems really interesting to me. Like I would have never had the gusto to do that.
Now my brother did it when he was 22. Yeah, my brother was 22, and he went alone for like a month. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, he went alone, and he met up with this guy on a train, and they hung out in Switzerland with some people up in their cabin. It was just crazy.
And he didn't get murdered. Like to me, this sounds like the beginning of a horror movie. He met a guy, and then
backpacking through,
and then the guy had a knife.
No, man, my brother said it was great, and it looks like Mouse and the Magic changed your life. Yeah,
changed your life.
I can imagine that. Absolutely. Oh my God, Hospital gave me
Ice Baby. My kid, the kiddo, absolutely loves that song. Because all I listen to is basically 80s music or early 90s.
Yeah.
And when that song comes on, she goes nuts. She loves that song. She's like, I know this song.
It's an epic song. Well, have you heard his metal version of it?
Yes, I've heard all the versions.
It's actually, dude, it's actually pretty good for what it is.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I was like, okay. That's
Did you
kind of
ever
cool.
see his home remodeling show he had for a while?
Oh, dude, I tried. It was just
The
hard to watch.
Vanilla Ice Project.
Yeah, I tried to watch it. I'm just
I
like,
got
dude.
into like a home renovation show kick for a while where I was watching all of those HGTV renovation type shows.
Yeah.
And then I was like, Vanilla Ice has one?
Well, it's like it's almost like when everybody was getting talk shows.
Yes.
Was that back in the 90s or whatever it was? Where it was like, this person has a talk show. Now this person
you
has
have a talk show. You have a talk show.
You have a car.
They were Oprah in it.
They were Oprah in it.
But yeah, his renovation show is bonkers.
I'll have to check that out. I tried watching it. Maybe I can go back and try to.
It's not good.
No, but it's like, good. But it's entertaining.
It's good. Yeah, it's entertainment.
So bad.
Like he has this whole group of people that look like they have no business being into renovations, and they're like renovating mansions, and it's like. And then I saw some news story where he got like arrested for stealing from one of the abandoned mansions next to where he was renovating a mansion. But he says it was a misunderstanding.
What is that stealing if it's abandoned? Juice thought of the night.
Interesting.
Oh, hey, before I forget, dude, speaking of not being able to remember things, I don't know if you, not me. Do you remember the show Malcolm in the Middle?
Never watched it.
Okay, but you know of it.
I know of it. Yeah, the name.
Okay, Freddie Muniz, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's the main star, and I think the show went on for like 4 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
And this is no joke. You can look it up. He doesn't remember filming any of it. He has I swear, dude. You can look it up. I read it. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. Yeah, he has no recollection. Like he has this condition where he can't remember. Yes, I hear you, Sammy Skidoo. It's pretty bad, but
okay. The only reason I know of that kid, is because he got pretty wealthy off that show.
Sure.
And I'm a hardcore car guy, and so he was like obsessed with the Fast and the Furious cars. So he bought one of the Fast and Furious cars from the first movie.
Did he really?
And it was like his for a while. So he was kind of
forgot he had it. Till he forgot he had it.
They forgot he had it. And fun fact, Dad was in one of those movies.
Oh yeah, that's right, dude. I got to check that out. That's too funny.
I was in Too Fast and Furious. Me and my car.
You're so famous, dude.
Scene. You'll see my dumb mug screaming. Hilarious.
Now, is that the second one or the first one?
The second one, which is universally known as the worst one.
Well, was it because you were in it, or
probably?
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of Fast and the Furious, another tangent. Oh, Haru.
Your brother drove his car in which Fast and the Furious? I mean, which? Because there's 22 of them now. So, which one?
Well, speaking of Fast and the Furious, Jamie.
Bye, Gary.
Bye, Gary. Have a good night.
Say hi to the guy behind you.
No, I went on the Fast and the Furious ride at Universal.
I think it's a good ride.
I thought it was cool. It just needs to be like, I don't know, another hour long. It was like that.
It's pretty quick.
It was like you walk through all the stuff and do all the thing, and then you're like, and you're on it and you're off it. And I was like, really? Because it was fun.
You've also been spoiled by Rise of the Resistance, where it's like 17 minutes of ride.
Oh God, dude, and the sets, man. You're like in the sets. I felt like I was in the Star Wars movie. It was insane.
Oh my God, that's so cool. I'm like upset that I still haven't done that.
You will.
I will eventually get there.
Yeah,
I will eventually get there.
It is an amazing.
It makes me. Yeah, I was. It was pretty funny. Me and a bunch of my friends in my car club were sponsored by one of the companies from the guy who was like one of the technical directors for the film. And they're like, "Oh, we're doing the filming in Miami. You guys are from Florida. Why don't you guys go down and like it was crazy. They had a stadium because they needed all these cars for extras. So they legitimately had a car casting call in a stadium, in the Miami Stadium of Homestead. And you parked your cars in there, and the driver, and the director, John Singleton, and the technical director drove around in a golf cart. And he would drive by and he'd be like, I like that car. I like that car. And he would just pick cars that he wanted in his movie.
That's awesome.
And so he came by us and we all had like matching uniforms and we looked kind of professional. And so he pulls out and he gets out of the car. He goes, okay, I want this. And the guy's like, what do you mean this? He's like, I want all of them. I want all their cars. I want them in their outfits. And like we had like import models with us that were like different guys' girlfriends in the club. And he's like, I want the girls. I want the guys. And he's like, I don't want them to go to wardrobe, like have them wear their club uniforms. And so like we stayed in Miami for like 2.5 weeks.
Wow.
To film 4 minutes of film.
That sounds about right.
So like we were the only ones, like they were like, okay, all these other extras would get there and they'd be like, okay, go to wardrobe. And they're like, you guys just go. And then we got like, they parked us all in the front. It was awesome. It was amazing. I got to meet Paul Walker.
That's awesome.
And like he played video games in my friend's car. And he was like such a cool guy. Like he was a very down to earth guy. He was like, I'm like, wanted to go talk to everybody. He was like a car guy. So he was like interested in your car. He'd go talk to you. Like he's walking around the set. Tyrese, you couldn't get within 400 feet of that dude.
Really?
He had like muscle, like in front. You could not get near that dude. And Paul Walker's like just walking through people's cars. It was pretty awesome.
That's killer, man. I want to be in a movie, man.
That's Dad's little claim to fame.
Look at you. Look at guys. I'm doing a live stream with, there he is, with a star, with a professional star over here. Look at him.
Yeah. It is a cool memory. To me, it's like, it's probably one of the things that I'll always remember for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
That like, you know, we were so cheap. Like we didn't have any money. So they're like, we'll put you in the movie. We barely got you. I think you got like $50 a day.
Yeah.
And then lunch. You got, then they gave us an extra $75 because they were using our cars. So I think we were getting like $125 a day to be in Miami.
Like per person? Per person?
Per guy.
Okay.
So it was, I mean, it's not a whole ton of money. I'm trying to see if it's streaming anywhere, if I could find the clip, but I can't find it. I'll see if I can't find it for the next episode of the Dad and Drew show to see if I can show my stupid mug.
Your famous mug.
So we all stayed in one hotel room, like 20 of us. And there was a guy sleeping in the tub. There was a guy in the closet, like under the bed. Like it was and like the hotel didn't want 20 people in a room. So we had to like filter in
yeah,
like
little by little
doors and windows at different times, just so that it wasn't like, why are all those people going to one room?
Party. That's funny, man.
So yeah, that's Dad's little claim to fame. I was in a movie for, I don't know, 25 seconds.
That's awesome, dude. That's so awesome, man. Did they give you a IBMD or whatever it is there? Like a
No, I do not have because I did not have a line. You have to have a line, then you can get an IMDb credit. But my car is on some sort of IMDb of cars. So like there's this site that lists cars that have been in movies, and like there's a picture of my old BMW.
That's awesome, dude.
In there.
Your car get more recognition.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, man. That's awesome. Well, you want to hear?
That was kind of cool.
Speaking of the IMBD, whatever it is there, I was in a student film back in Maine, right?
Nice.
Yeah, and I got a IMBD whatever credit for being in the film. I did.
You are like on the site. That's awesome.
No, but check this out, man. It went to another person with my same name who did they did one movie. Like 3 years before me, they got the credit. God, and I'm just like, are you serious, man? So I technically have it, but not really at all. So somebody else stole my my claim to fame.
Somebody stole your credit, man?
They stole my credit, man. Not cool. Not cool at all.
That's hilarious.
That's all right. I'll get another one.
So let me see here. I've got a couple of old. Let me see if I can share my screen.
Share it.
All right, and share screen. So this was that was my BMW.
Nice, dude.
And this was the magazine I was in. I was in 2 magazines with that car.
That's a nice
which
car,
is funny.
dude.
Like I bought that car and I had no absolute clue how to drive a stick.
Really?
Yeah, it was a manual car, and I had no clue how to drive a stick. And I pulled out of that dealership, like grinding the hell out of gears.
Oh, that poor car, man.
That poor car. And that clutch lasted the whole life of the car. I only ended up replacing it because I was going to go and turbo it. But so this was Dad and his BMW M Roadster.
Look at you.
That
man.
I had back in the day.
Now, what happened to the car? What happened to the car?
I sold it. So this is what it ended up looking like right before I sold it in the second magazine.
Wow. Jeez, dude.
And let's see. I guess the same one. Yeah. So stop sharing screen. How do I stop? I don't want to share the screen anymore. Stop it.
Stop it. There we go.
There we go. Oh, now it's wide. I like this.
Yeah.
view.
Wow.
I didn't even know how I did that. So I sold. Funny thing is, I have terrible luck with it, but I sold that car to a guy in Vegas, and he was a server at one of the restaurants at the Bellagio. So I sold it to him, and then he took to say thank you. I was doing a trip to Vegas, and he's like, "Oh, I'll get you a room in the Bellagio," and he hooked us up with a room in the Bellagio. We got to go eat at the restaurant that he was having, that he worked at, which was like a sushi restaurant. And then put us on the balcony that faced the fountains.
Uh-huh.
And we got to watch the fountain show from the balcony, like right in front of the Bellagio, and like he comped the whole meal. It was amazing.
Wow, dude.
And I was only dating my wife at this time. So it was like a big baller move. Like, hey, we're going to the Bellagio. We're going to do this.
No expensive. Yeah, this is not. I'll take care of it.
Yeah,
you're worth it. Baby. You're worth it, baby.
I'm dumb. I'm like, this guy's doing everything for us. I'm not paying for nothing. But
just tell you took out your life savings.
So then I get an email like a couple months later from the guy, and he's like, hey, do you know where to buy the exhaust and the seat and the hood and like a whole bunch of parts for the car? And like, what's the paint color? I'm like, everything on that car was basically custom. I'm like, you can't really go buy any of that stuff. I had it made. And he's like, oh, I flipped it. He was doing like 140 on the strip.
Wow.
And spun it sideways and hit a curb and rolled the convertible car, rolled it. And he walked away with like just a broken arm. And I was like, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm sorry. I don't know. You can't get it. And
shouldn't have rolled your darn car.
And then so I had a car. The car I bought after that was a Porsche. Yeah, so the car I bought after that was a Porsche. And then I had no bills. I was terrible. I was like living with my dad, and I had no responsibilities in life at all. So every single cent I had went into cars. Like I blew, and I was actually pretty good at getting sponsored stuff. So I got a lot of free stuff.
Yeah.
So
you're good at that, man. You're good at getting free stuff.
Yeah. So I got a lot of sponsored stuff for my cars. And so then I had this nice Porsche that I built. And I sold that to some guy. And that's the only car I ever made money on. Most of the time you modify cars, you lose your butt.
Oh, yeah.
Any money you put into a car, it's gone. So, but this car, because it was a nice car, I think, this guy who owned a flooring store in South Miami was like, I want to buy your car. I'm like, okay, you can buy my car. See, I'm going to drive up, I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to drive away. And I'm like, you can't do that. I'm like, he's like, I'll give you the check. I'm like, no, I'm not taking a check. You can fake a check.
Yeah,
it's like,
a piece of paper.
So easy to do. It's a piece of paper. No.
Sorry.
I'm like, the only way you are driving away with this car is if you have cash and you can meet me at a bank and deposit cash into my account to cover the price of the car, then you can drive it away. And he's like, okay. And the dude drove down with $45,000 in cash.
Wow.
Or something like that. I forget what the number. It was a lot of money.
Yeah. A lot of money to have.
I had a loan on the car. Like I had a loan on the car. I didn't own this car outright. So like, and I was like, there's a note on the car. So I'm like, you can see that, they're sending off the thing to pay off the title and everything. And so, but he said, because banks don't have cash, they don't carry a lot of cash. So he had to go to like 10 different banks to get the little amounts of cash to be able to, because I wasn't going to give it to him. I'm like, no, you're not driving away until the money clears. Because, you can, even a cashier's check, you can fake.
Right.
And then like 3 days later, the bank will be like, sorry, it wasn't real. It didn't clear. And then I have no car.
Or no money. Yeah. But you're
like,
still
that's not happening.
Yeah.
And so then a couple months later, I get an email from that guy asking for the paint code and how much I thought my guy would charge him to repaint the front left door, the rear right corner panel, and the rear right bumper. I'm like, he sideswiped something. And I'm like, the car was a candy red. And the way candy paint works is you can't blend it.
You have to repaint the whole car, right?
The whole car. It won't match. You can't match a panel. So I'm like, you basically have to repaint that whole car. Never heard from the guy again. So yeah, a lot of the cars that I have sold.
You probably got arrested, dude, for doing some shady stuff. If you're showing up with $45,000 in cash. Yeah.
I had a guy, and I probably should have taken it. I was dumb in my youth, but I loved my BMW back in the days because I sold it for a lot less. I had some guy. We were at a Sonic, believe it or not, here in Orlando. There used to be a Sonic meet where hundreds of cars would descend on this Sonic over on International Drive, and we would just mob it with people. And it was like our weekly car club meeting, but then people found out about it, and then like all these cars started coming out, and it got crazy. And we were like, we're leaving.
Have fun. Yeah. Have fun.
So I had my car parked out there, and this dude who, picture the most stereotypical Jamaican rapper you could ever picture. Like big gold chains, like the dreadlocks. He wore dark sunglasses at night, like as stereotypical as you could get. And he's like, hey man, I want your car. And I'm like, that's cool, man. It's nice.
I want it too.
He's like, no, I like want your car like right now. I'm like, that's cool. It's not for sale. He's like, I'll give you $65,000 for your car. And I'm like, no. And I left, and I never, because I was like, my luck is he'd show up with $65,000 and stuff, and then like the feds would raid me or something. Yeah. I'm like, nobody's just walking around and offering $65,000. He's like, cash.
Well, and what did the car book at?
Maybe the car was worth 40, 45.
Yeah, that sounds a little sketchy.
And I'm like, nah.
No, because you never know. That doesn't sound right, man. Especially if somebody knows what cars are. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, if you're gonna buy a car, you're gonna be like, I want to find out what it's really worth.
Yeah. And he didn't care, man. He did not care.
I wonder where he got all that money.
But and then I have a lot of weird car stories. So one of the other ones was a friend of ours was like, hey, they're filming a music video. Do you know who Ray J is?
I know the name.
He was Brandy. He is.
Oh, like R&B. Was he like R&B?
Brandy's little brother, like an R&B rapper.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know.
And he's like, they're like, Ray J is filming a video in Miami or something. And they want to rent cars. Do you guys want to pay you X amount of money for your cars or whatever? I'm like, okay, that's cool. We'll do that. So me and a bunch of my buddies drove our cars down to this hotel, and like they wanted to come out and see the cars. So like he comes out, funniest thing I've ever seen. He had a bling bag guy, where there was one guy whose job, he had a Ziploc baggie, and he would take all of his necklaces and rings and stuff, and they would go in the Ziploc bag. And then the Ziploc bag would give him the rings back later. It was the weirdest thing. So they're like, okay, yeah, these cars will be awesome. This will be great. And then they're like, they're like, oh, Ray J wants to drive your car. And I'm like,
what?
Like he can ride in my car. I'm like, he's not driving my car. Like, does he even like know how to drive a stick? Because like my car was a rear wheel drive, pretty high powered car, and had no traction control, no electronics, nothing. It was pretty easy to mess up if you don't know what you're doing.
Going sideways, yeah.
And I'm like, what kind of insurance are you going to give me? Like, what kind of policy? They're like, no, it's just you just get your standard rate, but he wants to be the one driving your car to Miami from Orlando. I'm like, is that for the video? He's like, no. I'm like, yeah, well, it's not happening.
Yeah, sorry. I'm
like, sorry, and we left. I'm like, no, you're not doing it. Not happening. Sorry, not worth it.
No. Wow.
I've done some weird things in my life.
Jeez, man, you're meeting all these famous people with bling bags.
With bling bags. It was hilarious. He had like a guy whose job it was to hold a Ziploc with his bling.
Jamie, when you get famous, dude, and you're blinging it up, can I be your bling bag guy? You know,
you can be the bling bag guy, and then we'll just switch. We'll pretend and we'll switch.
Oh yeah.
Guy.
Yeah.
And you can be Nick Lachey's, and we'll just do that in the parks and see if somebody.
I'll just get a tracksuit on, pretend I'm Eminem. You dress up like Nick Lachey, and we'll just like, I'll be holding the bag one time, for an hour, and then we'll switch it off just so we both can be wearing the, 5 and below pretend bling.
Tangent. What are your favorite French fries?
My favorite
French fries. You're getting French fries. You're going to a fast food restaurant. You're going to get some French fries.
Okay.
What fast food restaurant are you going to get your French fries?
Ooh, fast food restaurant. I'm not a big fast food guy, but if I would have to go anywhere, it'd be one of two. It'd either be, I really love Chick-fil-A waffle fries.
Oh, okay. That's a good choice.
I do. And I also like Wendy's fries, believe it or not. They taste potatoey.
Pretty good.
Yeah. How about you?
I'm a oddball. I would go Five Guys, man. Their French fries over at Five Guys are so good. They're like, they do the seasoned fries, and they're like, would you like a small or a large? And you're like, I'll take the small. And they bring out a grocery bag, like a brown grocery bag of French fries. And you're like, no, I said the small. It's like, that is the small.
Well, see, you threw me for a loop because in my mind, I just don't consider Five Guys.
You don't consider them fast food?
No, because it just makes me feel better. I'm like, no, dude, I'm going to Five Guys. It's not fast food. But no, dude, I'm
not going to a fast food restaurant. Five Guys.
Dude, it's Five Guys. I will agree with you, though. Those are just so good. It's the peanut oil, right? Isn't that what they fry them in? Peanut oil.
The seasoning. If you get them with the Cajun seasoning, it's good. If you're a spicy fan, I'm a fan of spicy food.
So. I think we both have determined we're both spicy guys. I love
we need to do one of those spicy challenges. Like Cam Mack on the Diz Jabbers channel was talking about.
Yeah.
Like where they have like the different peppers and chocolates and things like that.
Yeah.
Where like, we need to do that.
Oh, dude, we should do it like on the Dad and Drew show.
On here. We should do one on the Dad. We'll find something.
We'll start like eating.
Order it.
And it'll get like hotter and hotter and hotter as we're trying to have conversations.
Yes.
I like that.
Have you ever watched, it started on YouTube. I don't know. I think he might have actually gotten to a full-on show. Have you guys seen a show called Hot Ones?
Yes, dude. That's kind of where I was going with that. Yes.
It's love that show.
Good. So good. Oh my God.
I love that show. Shaq was one of the funniest ones I've ever seen on there. I love the Shaq episode. It was fantastic, and there's just so many good ones on there. That's a great show. If you guys ever want to get into a YouTube hole, go watch. Who else was? Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart. Yep, was hilarious on there, man.
But it's just funny when you see them. Like you always see them right at that turn. When
Night Mouse and the Magic, thanks for stopping by.
Hey, yes, thank you, Mouse and the Magic. And guys, anybody watching that hasn't subscribed to Mouse and the Magic.
Subscribe to Mouse and the Magic,
She's awesome.
Please.
She's awesome. That like right when they get to that turn when you can tell they're going downhill, when it gets really, really spicy.
Yep.
And they can't even talk anymore. I love it. It's funny. Such a great.
That is a fantastic show.
So we're going to have to kind of do that. We'll kind of rip that off a little bit.
We will totally have to rip that off. We will find some sort of spicy food, and we will do a little spicy food challenge here on the Dad and Drew Show in the upcoming weeks.
Yeah. Now, well, speaking of spicy
food, I really do.
Have you tried the Tabasco chocolates? Have you ever tried those? Oh, dude. They're so good. Like, it's not like crazy spice that you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But the spice with that chocolate, it's super, super good. I like it.
I'll have to try that. I am a sriracha fan. I put that S on everything, to quote that Frank's hot sauce commercial. I'll steal that one. But
nice.
I put sriracha on everything, man.
Yep. Sriracha's delicious.
And if you ever want to know, that is the way you make spicy mayo. If you ever go to a Japanese restaurant and they bring you that little like yellow orangish mayo sauce, the spicy mayo for your sushi, that is just mayonnaise and sriracha.
I'm going to have to let Veronica know that.
Now, there is, to technically do it the right way, you're supposed to buy this Japanese mayo called Kewpie, and it looks like a little like bald baby as the logo. But ain't nobody got time to find that. So I just literally take regular mayonnaise, a couple squirts of the sriracha in there. Boom. Spicy mayo.
I'm going to have to do that next time with the sushi. I didn't even think about that. And it's just fun to say sriracha. Sriracha. Yeah, see? Rolling the R's, man. Rolling the R's.
Dude, the guy who owns that, who started that, like they have a factory out in California, and like the city was, or not the city, the residents were suing them because the smell
it was like burning
from
the
processing of it, like would go out the tower, and it was like burning people out of the area.
Dude, I don't blame them, man. That's going to be horrible. Horrible. Yeah. Burn your eyebrows off.
Yeah, you just walk outside your door and like, oh. Yeah, it was some town in California was like really not happy about it.
Well, but what they should have done is take like chicken wings and just stick it out your window and then eat it, because it'll get that sriracha smell.
Oh. And now there's like knockoff srirachas.
Yeah.
Like not the Rooster brand one.
Yeah.
There's like ones that you see that are knockoff ones.
They're like pacha.
Yeah. Because I guess it's like the guy just kind of made it up, I guess, like his mix of peppers and stuff like that. There's not like a specific sriracha pepper, I don't think. I think it's like a mix of peppers or something. I'm not sure. I'm just making things up. I don't have any real knowledge in anything.
Yeah, I don't either. Well, but I always wonder, like with hot sauces, I know there's a lot of different peppers, but it's like a lot of times they use a lot of the same peppers in the, you know what I mean? Like a base and all that stuff. And I'm like, what really makes something really unique or different? You know what I'm saying though? Like different than other hot sauces and stuff. I don't know. I don't have an answer.
I love hot sauces. I will, like the Tijuana Flats hot sauce bar. I am like a kid in a candy store, man. I'm like, I'll do one of these. I'll do one of those.
No. Wait, where is that? Where is it?
Tijuana Flats. Have you ever been to one of those?
No, I haven't.
It's a like a Tex-Mex kind of place here in Orlando. There's a bunch of them all around.
Yeah, okay.
And they have a hot sauce bar with like 30 different kinds of hot sauces.
Nice.
And then they give you, what annoys me is they give you those tiny little ketchup cups. And so you got to go like 2 pumps fills it.
Yeah.
It's not even like the size of a ketchup cup. It's like even smaller. It's like a thimble.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I need 35 of these. So I'm like,
just give me a cup, man. Give me a pint cup.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like taking my drink cup and like, but yeah, they have all these sauces, and like their signature sauce is, I wonder if I get in trouble for saying it here. Smack my and call me Sally.
Okay.
And that's like their signature sauce.
Slap your aunt and call me
Sally.
Sally. Okay. Oh, hey, hello, Jami Dennehy.
Hey, wait. That's Little Big Vlogs, isn't it? I think.
Maybe.
Look, there's only one other Jami I know in our group of people, and that's Jami from Little Big Vlogs. And I'm pretty sure, I thought it was Dennehy. Tell me if I'm right, Jami. Let me know. Are you the Jami I think you are? Now there's 2 Jamies here.
Uh-oh.
We have to have a Jami battle.
The Jami
to
battle.
the death.
Uh-oh. Right here, live on the Dad and Drew Show.
Yep.
He's probably like, that's not me, and I'm on the wrong
channel.
Like,
and I'm out.
This is the wrong channel.
It is. I knew it was Jami from Little Big Vlog. Hey.
No, I totally knew that too.
Yeah. If you guys get a chance, go subscribe to Little Big Vlogs.
Yes.
Amazing channel. Love it. Such good content. They do stuff from the UK because they are from across the pond.
Across the pond, they say.
I think we should give them one of our official. We haven't been to Epcot in a long time. We need to give them an official one.
Ready?
Not too loud because we're going to blow out the speakers.
No, I know. I had to move this way. Ready? One, two, three. Pip, 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 cheerio.
Cheerio. That's our signature sound that Drew and I have to make every time we go through England in Epcot.
Yep.
They did this tour of the Harry Potter studios, like where they actually filmed the films, and it was like so cool to see that. Like I was just riveted to that because like Universal's cool. It's like they made a Harry Potter, but like this was legitimately like where the things happened. And I'm not like a huge Potterhead or whatever they call themselves, but I still think it's pretty cool. So, and like the big, like those people who make the models to me are amazing. They make like the little tiny castles and like, then they do a flyby and it looks like a real castle. So go check out Little Big Vlogs channel.
Absolutely.
Tons of stuff. And if you happen to have a new baby, go check them out because I've been seeing them doing some baby reviews of some baby products. And boy, do I remember that stage of life was ridiculous. We bought this, like Dad loves gadgets, right? So there's a lot of baby gadgets, right? So there was this one, I forget what it was called, Mama Roo or something like that. And it's like one of those bouncy bassinets, but it's not a bouncy bassinet. It's a chair and it had a base and it would like move like via like your iPhone and you could set different settings.
What? Really?
Yeah, it was like $500. Oh. And so I was like, we need to have this in our life. This is just too cool. It was supposed to be able to like simulate a car ride. So you could put the kid in and like the kid would think they're in a car to help him go to sleep. And I'm like, that thing is awesome. Like we put the kiddo in it and she hated it. Like dunzo.
Yeah.
Like, my kid was not a big crier. So I'm like, can't Dad have this? This is like the one gadget thing I would get out of the kid thing. Can I get this? No.
Please just get. You should have just sat in it, dude.
We had to return it. Yes, they got one like that. My kid hated it, Jami. She hated it. I couldn't put her in it. She was not having it. But yeah, I was like, there are so many like cool baby things out there. And so I've seen them been doing some reviews of like bottle sanitizer things and whatnot. So if that was man, I remember that not sleeping it at all.
But you know what though? I miss that, man. Cause I'll tell you, my kids are 14 and 10 now. And it's like you get tired at the time. And I'm telling you, anybody that has a baby or, has a toddler or is going to have a baby, just enjoy. Everybody told me enjoy it. And
Bonnie is precious. She is adorable, that kid, man.
Yeah.
So precious. Speaking of kids, so Dad's a little bit tired today because last night, so our daughter stays in the bed with us. That's where she sleeps. So she sleeps between me and my wife, and I get 1 inch of bed on the one side, and the wife gets 1 inch on the outside, and the kid sprawls like this.
Oh yeah, they get the best part.
The two of us, and takes up the entire bed. But so she has her own room, and I think I don't know if I posted it on Instagram or not, but I should. We did like a makeover of her room. We painted it pink, and she's got a bed in there and everything. And she's like, because she kept saying every year when she turns the next age is I'm going to sleep in my room. Mm-hmm. So it was when I was 5. And when I'm 5, I'll sleep in my room. When I'm 6, I'll sleep in my room. Maybe when I'm 7, I'll sleep in my room. So she watches a ton of YouTube videos in proportion. She gets like a certain amount of screen time a day. Not a bad parent. So she watches those YouTube videos and they do all these challenges. Everything with kids videos, if you ever watch them on YouTube, is all challenges. Everything is a challenge, a 24-hour this challenge, of something challenge. It's all challenges. So she's like, Daddy, I want to do a sleep in my room challenge. I'm like, okay. Well, her sleep in her room challenge meant Daddy sleeps in her room with her challenge. Well, what's up, Zach?
Hey, Small.
Nice to see you. Well, she's got like a toddler bed. It's not even like I don't even think it's like a twin. It's like very small. So there's no room for Dad on this bed. So I ended up taking her gymnastics tumbling mat and putting it down next to her bed with a sheet and a pillow. So I basically slept on the floor with like an inch of foam. And it did not go well. Dad did not sleep very well at all. And she woke up at 5:30 and wanted to come down on the floor with me because she gets scared. And then we never went back to sleep. So I'm working on very little sleep.
Well, you look wonderful, Jami.
And then so her next thing that she's trying to make us do, a 24-hour eat a certain color food challenge.
Oh my God.
So you pick a color and you can only eat red foods or you can only eat blue foods. And do you know what color she picked for her?
Purple.
Rainbow. And I'm like, you are cheating because that means you can eat any color food you want. And she's like, yeah. And I'm just like, what color do you want, Daddy? Blue? I'm like, no, I'm not going to get one color and you get every color. It's not how this works.
So it's the you eating one colored food challenge.
Yeah. And a lot of it is because she watches Ryan and Ryan's World Million Billionaire Kid. And I don't let if you have a child, don't let them watch that because it is so not real. So like she watches these parents who do nothing but play with their kid 24/7 all day. And she thinks that that's how life is supposed to be.
Yeah, definitely not.
And I'm like, I got to cook dinner and I got to clean this thing. I got to do the laundry. I got to do this. Like, I can't just all day, every day play with you. It just, that's not real life. Yes. Oh, I love that word knackered.
Dude, I was just reading that.
That is such and Cheerio, knackered and Cheerio.
We are knackered.
Oh my God.
Gonna go up the apple and pears and hit the sack. Cheerio, my good man.
That is about the most British comment or sentence I think I've ever seen in my life.
It's fantastic. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the quote of the night. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that from now on. So Jami,
you're apples and pears. What does that even mean?
I don't know, but I like it.
I like it. I want to say it, but I'm afraid if I'm going to say it to somebody and they're actually British, they'd be like, bam, smack me in the face. Like, I didn't know what I was doing.
I was just saying,
did I just insult your mom? Man. I don't know.
Going to go up the apples and pears. I don't know. I mean, Jami is knackered. And the other Jami is also knackered.
There's a double knackered Jami going on here at this moment.
The dual knackered. The dual Jami knackered.
So that's her new thing is everything is challenges. Everything is just, and all this stuff. And like he did a 24-hour, your parents have to say yes to you the whole time challenge. And she's been really trying for that one. I'm like, that one's never going to happen, kid. Never. No. Never.
No.
Because the first thing you're going to be like is, I can be on my tablet all day.
Yeah, no.
Because that's all she wants to do. If we would just let her, she would just watch YouTube videos. And I'm like, kid, you have an 80-inch TV in the living room.
Yeah.
That you can watch things on. But no, I want to watch 3-second YouTube clips of kids playing with dolls on my 4-inch iPhone screen.
I'll just have her put on Drew in the Moment and just have her watch that for the whole time.
Sunk. We are sunk the minute she figures out that all our TVs in the house have YouTube.
Ooh, hopefully she
can watch YouTube on the TVs.
Hopefully she doesn't watch
done.
That. Yeah.
We're done. It's over. I'm going to be locking things down with passcodes and it's not going to be good. Up the stairs.
I don't
even know what he's doing. Is he Do we need to send help? Is he
I don't
okay?
know. Gonna go up. Oh, the apples and pears. That's the stairs. But I don't.
Go apples and
But
pears up the
no, no.
stairs.
But now I got to figure out like how that came into being. Like you know how like
Well, I love what was that movie? Snatch. Do you
yeah.
remember that movie with
Oh my goodness, with
Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
And they're all the pikeys, and they all talk that language where it's all nonsense, but
they all understand.
They all understand, and it's a real language.
Yeah.
Like what he's saying, the apples and pears, and the way they talk that way, like it's all like legit. Like you could say that to another person and they would know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well,
meanwhile, we're like,
what? Well, do you know what I
Mary Poppins?
Like Mary.
I've never seen Mary Poppins.
Oh my God! Stop it, Jamie! You're hurting my heart. You're hurting my heart.
Once, and I have no earthly desire to ever see that movie.
Can you believe this guy? No, I get it. No, I get it. After knowing about your, your childhood like trauma with the whole
trauma of the musicals.
I get it. But dude, I did find out in Australia, fair dinkum. Do you know what that means? And no, it's not a dirty word.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, no, it means the truth. If something if something is fair dinkum, that is like slang for it's the truth. I just found that out today.
I ended up into a YouTube hole at one point in time for this guy called Ozzy Man.
That's who I'm talking about. Yep.
And he would he would do videos where he would watch like those viral videos, but he would like comment on and like a running commentary on them, or he would basically like re-voice over videos in like the Australian slang.
Oh my God, he's so funny, man.
And they're hilarious. And then he got so big where he was interviewing people like Chris Hemsworth.
Dude, he interviewed The Rock and Kevin Hart. That was the thing that I watched. I was like, what?
And then he does the segment where he was like, he would throw out Bush phrases and they would have to try to see if they knew what they were.
That's where I learned that, dude. See, you know what I'm talking about. No, he's awesome. He's funny. But definitely don't watch it with kids.
No, it is not kid safe.
Yeah, the language is
there are a lot of F-bombs that drop on that guy's.
I think every single episode or whatever that he does, I think that's the first word he says.
Probably.
Or pretty close to it.
Pretty close. And then there's at least 5 or 6 of them that happen during it.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
and then another oddball channel. If like I've been watching since I was going out to buy a new camera, I've been looking at a lot of camera review videos, and most of them are these normal camera review videos. Here's the camera, it's got these specs, it's pretty nice. There's this channel, and I mean, like I have no interest in a lot of the cameras he's reviewing or the things he's reviewing, but I'll just watch the videos because they're hilarious. It's called Camera Conspiracies, and it's this Canadian guy. And he's like, it's like, I'm on the search for the perfect camera, but he'll like review these cameras, and literally him reviewing the cameras is just him vlogging, walking with them. And he's like, yeah, this is good. And like, it's like, yeah. Is it doing warpy stuff? It's look good. Why is that guy screaming? Like, and it's just like random stuff on the street. And like, he's just hilarious.
No, is he meaning to be funny, or is it just funny?
He is. He's completely meaning to be funny, and he's pulling it off. He's purposefully funny, but while doing it, he's actually giving you good information on the lenses and whether it's a good camera and stuff like that. And then like he'll make fun of the different camera companies, and then he'll go into like a side-by-side view of the camera companies, like having a boardroom meeting or something, and he'll be like, okay, we'll give them a camera, but it won't focus on anything other than cows. That's what we'll do. That'll be a great camera. Give them that camera. That's perfect. And like, because there are certain cameras that like for some reason they'll like hunt, like their autofocus doesn't work. Like it's supposed to be focused on your face, and then like it'll focus on Darth Vader back there for no reason. And like he calls him out on it, and it's hilarious. But yeah, if you want to chuckle and you want to learn anything about cameras, go watch Camera Conspiracies. It's
Camera Conspiracies.
Hilarious. Like he's got like this almost monotone voice about it.
So it's
like
dry.
it's just
like dry,
it's very dry. It's very my humor.
Yeah, me too.
But that dude cracks me up, man. That dude cracks me up.
Fair dinkum.
That's what fair dinkum. Fair dinkum. Did you see that there was a numchuck bear? I posted that on my group the other day, and
it blew
that legit. I laughed out loud when I was scrolling through my Facebook feed, and that guy had posted that. I was like, I have to repost that. Like, there's not many things that I'll see that I'd like. I have to repost that.
Right. But
a nunchuck bear,
was it real? Like,
it looked, and I didn't care if it was real because it was funny.
No, it's totally funny. I was just curious of it. Like,
but it looked real. It looked like they gave him like a thing with the things, and he was just playing with them, and it looked like he was doing nunchucks. If you want a good laugh, go to the Dad Got This Facebook group. I have a group on Facebook, and join it. And there's a post in there with the nunchuck bear.
Yeah, that was.
And like the guy who posted it, he was like, forget coronavirus, forget murder hornets. That's not what's going to get us. It's the nunchuck bears that's going to kill us all.
Oh my God, dude! And I'll tell you, he really had it down pat. I mean,
he had the skills. Have you ever played at nunchucks?
I haven't. I've hurt myself every single time. No joke.
Yeah, I think every guy has whacked themselves in the business end.
Oh yeah,
with a pair of nunchucks. It's like the first thing I think you do because you try to do the under the leg pass.
Well,
you think you're Bruce Lee, and you're like, juice me or something. You are not Bruce Lee, and you just end up whacking yourself in the business.
Well, I whacked myself in the side of the head because I was doing this. I thought I could went like that, and it wrapped around, whacked me right in the head, and I was like, yeah, I think I'm done with these.
I don't think with some dangerous toys as kids, right?
Oh my God, dude, you're telling me, man.
When you think about it, man.
Well, the stupid stuff we did as kids. Check this out. This actually saved me. So in Home Alone, at the end where he has like the little bicycle, the handle, and he slides down the thing, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So me and my
a zip line style.
Yeah, it's like a zip line, but it's like attached. So we must have been like 10. Me and my friend Ben, we figured we're going to do that. So we tied a rope from one tree to the other tree.
Okay? There's a reason I liked you.
Yeah. And we were like, we got a dowel, a wooden dowel. And in our minds, we're thinking
that was perfect.
We can go like that and we'll slide right down. It'll be great. So I wanted to go first, but Ben, being the selfish person he was, he's like, no, it's my house. I'm going first. So I'm like, all right, man. Dude, he got up there. He got about 2 feet. The dowel slid like this. He fell down and broke his arm.
Yeah.
But I was like, and then I went home, and it's like later on, I kept thinking about it. I'm like, that is some terrible logic in our brains that we thought sliding down a piece of rope with a dowel was going to be the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah. I mean, just to think about the things that we played with as kids.
Oh, my God. Oh, I know.
Is hilarious. Like, slingshots. That was like a normal thing that I had around my house. It was I had BB guns.
BB guns. Oh, yeah.
Me and my friends would shoot BB guns at each other as a game. Like laser tag, but with BB guns.
Well, it all depends on how many times you pump it. You know what I mean? Like,
right. 2-3 pumps, you weren't really going to break skin.
No.
But then there would be always that one jerk who would and then he'd get you.
Yep. No, I know a kid who lost his eye. I used to play dodgeball with him. His brother shot him in the eye. Dude, he did. He shot him in the eye. Probably 20 pumps in or something, dude. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Lost his eye, dude. But he was a good dodgeball player, ironically enough, with one eye. With one stinking eye.
Wow. One Eye Willie was the best dodgeball player there was out there. Which One Eye Willie? Come on.
I saw your shirt, dude.
I brought it all the way back. Come on. Somehow we do it.
I know. Good.
Are you a Christmas Story guy? Do you like that movie?
Are you kidding me, dude? I watched that every single
TNT
all day long.
TNT 24-hour marathon.
Yep.
Ralphie.
Oh, dude. I love it when he's doing the decoder pin and then he's like, be sure to drink your Ovaltine. And he gets
my God.
He gets so mad. I can relate to that.
Mad.
I can relate to that because it's just, that like in your mind.
400 Ovaltines for this?
A crummy commercial? Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my God. I love that movie. Oh, that is my childhood.
I'm a big fan of that. Now that we're on Christmas movies. What about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation?
That I could watch that all day. I
Dude,
don't care if people say Chevy Chase is a jerk.
he is,
He
but he's
is a
fantastic.
comedic genius
Mhm. Oh yeah,
in those movies. All of the National
all
Lampoon
of them.
movies.
All of them.
All of them.
Yep.
The Christmas one has a special place in my heart because I love Christmas. Like that is
Yeah.
legitimately like my favorite thing in the world is Christmas. Because it was like my mom, like Halloween ended and Christmas was going.
Yeah.
Like she was all about Christmas. So like it was baked into me.
Yeah.
And so I'm the like getting ready to put the lights up. I got the tree up. I'm all about Christmas. I am the Clark Griswold of real life.
I can see you out there doing 80,000 twinkling light bulbs all over your house.
If I had the fundage,
yeah,
I would definitely have the Christmas spectacular at my house.
Yeah, you do
like
it.
Literally every year I buy a couple new lights and the wife's like, really? Do we need more lights? I'm like,
what kind of a question?
Do we need them? No. Do we have them? Yes.
Do we want them? Absolutely.
100. And I can't stand houses these days. Rant. Houses these days and the GFCI outlets, great. My house won't burn down. That's wonderful. I can't plug in more than 3 Christmas lights without tripping a breaker.
Really? Is that how that works? I didn't know that's how that works.
And they're like, so I switch all my lights to the LED lights because they barely pull any power. And the new GFCI, whatever things for the new houses, like are so sensitive. They just trip at a hat's whim. Like, I mean, it's so annoying. I'm like,
that's weak.
I want 4 million lights. How am I going to do 4 million lights?
You want it like on the Christmas Story with the father with all of the
plugs plugged into the plug and the plug.
I love it. It was like, yep, just go for it.
And I feel his pain. Like I did lights back in the day when one bulb going out would tank your whole stream.
Yeah.
And to me, that's like the worst. Whoever came up with that idea in the first place was just like, really, you couldn't have figured it out.
No, they were just sadistic, and they were like, "You want to see something funny? People are going to tear their hair."
And you got to go one bulb at a time.
Well, speaking of bulbs, do you remember? I love the big bulbs. You know what I'm saying? Like I know they have all the little.
Here's a question for you. This is a philosophical question.
Ooh, we're getting deep.
Are you a white light, or like clear lights, or are you a colored light guy?
Colored all the way, baby.
White light all the way.
Really? I think there's an elegance to the white lights. Absolutely. For me, there's something, and maybe it's the kid in me, you know what I mean? Like that I just love seeing like coming down, Christmas morning and seeing all the colors and the colors of the wrapping paper. I don't know. But I like the colored lights.
Okay. Kitchita. My understanding of blue, now this may be completely off kilter and whatnot, but I was told that blue Christmas lights are Hanukkah lights.
Well,
so if you see somebody who has a house of a bunch of blue lights, that is a Jewish house for Hanukkah lights.
Gotcha. Okay.
You tell him that that's the way the tree should be.
No, absolutely. Come on. I know Sammy's in there saying colored.
Sammy's wants colored. I'm not even going to show her comment somehow. That doesn't even exist.
No, but honestly though, like, do you agree with me though? Like the white light.
Yes, there is something common, like kiddie.
Yeah.
Of the colored lights. And the funny thing is, like my dad, he wanted colored lights. My mom was all white lights. Okay. So as you can tell, we always only had white lights.
That was instilled in you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, mom wins. That's just the way that this family worked. You didn't argue with the Italian lady. It just
I wouldn't either.
No, you just didn't argue with my mom. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't going to happen. It wasn't. Yes, dear.
Yep.
We always had white lights.
Okay. No, the white lights.
I don't hate colored lights.
Yeah.
But like I've always just thought it looks very clean and very fancy.
No, it is. Like there's an elegance to it. Now, here's my question. do you like them blinking or not blinking?
I'm good with either. My dad hated blink. Like
That's
he
me.
wanted, he
Stand.
couldn't stand them. He was like, why are they blinking? Stop it. I'm getting the headache.
Nope, that's me. It's just too like, I'm like, holy cow.
Too
I want
much.
to be calm. You know what I mean? I'm hyper enough, man. I need something to calm me down, you know?
Yes.
You know, but
yeah,
no,
we are a white light. And one of the things, like I've got a billion Christmas ornaments, like a lot, because every year my mother would buy us a Hallmark ornament. That was like one of our Christmas gifts, is you get a Hallmark ornament.
which are awesome.
So I've got,
I love Hallmark ornaments.
I've got all the Star Wars ones.
Get out of here, really?
Chewie, Han, Luke. I've got everything Star Wars, every Hallmark Star Wars from when I was a kid.
That's killer, man.
So I've got a ton of them. It's amazing. Like, so I can Star Wars the hell out of my tree.
Yeah.
So now my tree is funny. Now my tree is like if princesses got into a war with the Star Wars people.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what my tree looks like now.
Okay.
Because we have all the princess stuff for the kid.
Yeah.
And then dad's like, but you need to have Chewbacca.
So it's a Princess Star Wars battle, like on your tree.
My tree is legitimately a Princess Star Wars battle.
That's awesome. Hey, it's all about diversity, baby.
It works.
Yeah.
It works.
You make it work, dude.
Yeah. I'm a white, but dude, that movie is so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
You know what?
Every scene is perfect.
Well, I don't know about you, man, but besides the fact that it's like from like the 30s or 40s or whatever the time, you know what I mean, the time frame is in the movie, The Christmas Story, but I relate to that movie so much. Like for me, like the mother, I'm dead serious, man. My mom used to have the same exact robe, same color. And I remember Christmas morning, my mom would be wearing that. I swear, like it was like a connection instantly when I saw that movie. I'm like, oh my God, that's like my life.
The leg lamp. Like for years, I wanted a leg lamp.
The battle.
I wanted a leg lamp.
Yep. The battle.
Somebody bought that house, right? And they turned it into like a museum that you can actually go visit.
Yep. I did know that. You know what? That'd be a cool Dad and Drew show. We go live.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I'd love to go to that house.
But I don't know where.
And then neither do I. No clue.
I think it's like in the Midwest or something like that.
Midwest or something like that. Same thing with like the house from Goonies, but that one.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, but that one's different. There's just a regular person who lives in that house, and people are constantly coming up to it to like, take pictures and like breaking in basically.
Yeah. Oh,
and the person's just like, leave me alone. I just want to live here.
Yeah. Well, no, that was like, have you ever seen Hocus Pocus? Please tell me you have. The Disney.
Okay, I've probably seen it like once.
Okay, well,
I know that Bette Midler, they turn into mice or something, right?
Yeah, well, no, but it's Bette Midler and
there's mice. Come on, there's something with mice, right?
No, there's a cat.
No,
but
that's
irrelevant. But the house in that movie is actually a house in Salem, Massachusetts, and like we used to go all the time. We'd take a trip down to Salem during like Halloween, but people would always go in front of that house, and people were living there. Like, I don't know if it was a rental, but like,
okay, Sammy, why will you never watch Hocus Pocus?
Oh, come on. You're killing me.
I mean, I have a reason for not watching Mary Poppins, but what's your reason for Hocus? Is it too scary? I mean, it's the kids' witch movie. They're not really scary, are they?
Maybe she has something against cats.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, so the person in the Goonies house is like losing their mind. Because people, same thing with like Breaking Bad. People kept throwing pizzas on the top of the house that was his house.
Yeah.
They literally had to call the cops on people because they were throwing pizzas on the roof.
Dude. Well, that's the problem with like shooting locations when they really exist and people are living in the houses. Like, because we went and got a picture in front of the Hocus Pocus house, but I was like, all right, let's do it real quick before somebody comes out and says, get the heck off my property. Like I wasn't on their property, but like, get out of here, but that's probably why they start making sets, and breaking them down and all that stuff.
I mean, eventually there are places where they will shoot on locations and things like that. And it'll happen. But yeah, the funny thing to live in a house that was in a movie, you're like, oh, that'd be so cool. And then you realize that like, no, probably wouldn't be so cool because everybody's going to be like, especially if it's a cult movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, can you imagine somebody snapping a picture as you're coming out? You just woke up with your coffee and you look like crap.
You're in your boxer shorts going to get your paper.
Yeah, go to get your paper, and somebody's like, "That's going on Instagram."
Yeah.
So no, Sammy said she's
never. Not that you will. Okay.
Yes, it's so Sammy. I watched it like as a kid. Like, and you know how movies are, like, because you were a kid when you watched them, you didn't know any better. But there's some movies, like, if you see them as adults, you're like, this is a pretty bad movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
things that you think were great in your childhood, you're like, this is a very terrible movie.
Yeah. No, you like go back and revisit them, and you're like, why did I?
Some things don't hold up.
No, they don't. No, they don't.
But Christmas Story and Christmas Vacation totally hold up.
You know,
like that. Christmas Vacation and Elf are probably my 3 like have to watch Christmas movies every year.
So you're an Elf guy.
Oh, dude, I love that movie.
Yeah. Like the movie?
Oh God.
I enjoy it. It's not one of my favorites, but I do enjoy it. It's become more enjoyable over the years. Although you never knew. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, exactly, Sammy. Exactly. You get older and you figure it out. I'm trying to think what else do I watch for Christmas movies? See, I like some cartoon Christmas movies, like Garfield's Christmas. I know you're not really a cartoon guy, right? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, I used to watch like anime style cartoons, maybe like more adulty cartoons.
Okay.
But not a whole bunch.
Yeah. Did you ever watch like the Rankin Bass, like Rudolph? No, you never got
No,
that?
I watched like the Asian animation ones, like, you know, like fighting ones and Robotech and Voltron. And
now where do you think that stemmed from? I'm always curious, like why, you know what I mean? Like where people's influence come, like why they watch certain cartoons. Like my mom always put on like Disney and, you know, that kind of stuff.
Well, like I liked Voltron as a kid, like a younger kid.
Yeah.
So I always thought that was like really cool. So then when I found out that they had like these Japanese cartoons that were like kind of ultra violent and cool, I was like, oh, that's really neat. And so I got into that.
Yeah. Okay. So it was like an easy kind of like an easy transition.
Kind of like the gateway drug for me now. Right. Like I love Voltron, man. Voltron and Thundercats.
Oh, those dude. I'll agree. I understand why people will watch Voltron. It's not that I didn't like it. I just didn't grow up watching it. But Thundercats, dude, you had me at Thundercats. Oh my word, dude. Love that. And I'm still waiting. I still want them to make a live action.
A live action version.
Not ruin it, but make a good live action. I think
that has the ability to be done good.
Yeah. Well, did you see the fan? There was like a fan trailer.
I did, and it was like they used like with Brad Pitt or something at the time, and
it was pretty good, man, for what it was.
It was more than pretty good. It was very good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I would have watched it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Who has the rights to Thundercats and can make that movie? Because they need to make that movie. That'd be great.
Oh my goodness, dude! Absolutely.
Because like the He-Man movies have been terrible.
Dude, and I loved He-Man.
I loved He-Man. He-Man was great. I had all the toys. I played with He-Man. And then they did that Dolph Lundgren He-Man movie, and it was really weird.
Yeah. Well, did you see
really weird?
Did you see like the behind the scenes, like I saw like a behind the, you know, like behind the music, but behind like the film, and they were talking about like what went wrong with budgeting and all of this stuff. And Skeletor was supposed to look different, but they ended up having to do something else. And like the dude who's acting, he was a good actor, man. He was like, yeah, and like you could barely hear him under the it was just a nightmare.
Yes, Courtney Cox was in that movie.
Oh yeah,
Dolph Lundgren and Courtney Cox, and like they didn't even have like anything related
like He-Man
to He-Man. It was literally just. They're like, we're going to call this He-Man, and it's just going to be a shirtless Dolph Lundgren fighting a guy in a plastic mask who you can't hear.
Can't hear. Yeah, it was just terrible. And they ruined it, man, because He-Man, that could have just like that could have set off He-Man in a better.
You have He-Man on DVD.
Really? You know what we should do?
Oh my God. God.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
I could see that. It could be the same Dairy Queen.
Yeah, probably is.
Yeah, that one was that was bad, and I was mad because I was like, I loved He-Man, and I wanted to love that movie.
Now,
And I was
did you have all the toys? Did you have all? Yeah. Did you have
Ram Man,
Castle Grayskull?
I had Castle Grayskull. I had Battle Cat. I had Ram Man. He was the coolest one to me because you push down on him and then he'd hit a button and he would spring to life, and you could like hit people with his head. Yep.
Absolutely. But like it would over time, it would just get crappier and crappier. That was
and it never worked, and it would stop working.
Did you ever see the ones that had like battle? What was it? Battle damage.
The chest plate would flip.
That was cool, man.
Battle damage, and you'd hit it, and it like got hit with a knife.
But I remember I got it for like my there or whatever, and I remember I did it once. I was like, "Oh, that's." I sat there for like 20 minutes trying to get it to click back in to like go back to normal.
And it wouldn't do it.
It wouldn't do it.
And you're like,
but I was like, "Oh, the coolest toy ever."
Yeah, that's a great show on Netflix if you ever get bored. The Toys That Made Us. They show like the behind the scenes of all the toys.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic. Amazing. If you just want to waste time and learn randomly unneeded information.
No, it's needed.
It's needed. Like I was fascinated by the My Little Pony one. The My Little Pony one was ridiculously funny.
Yeah.
Because there was like this one old lady who came up with the concept. And like three different people claim they're the creator of My Little Pony. It's like these three old people, and they all fight each other over who came up with the idea. And like, so like, if I have a kid, I have a 5-year-old daughter, so I've watched quite a bit of My Little Pony, unfortunately. And they all have this thing on their backside called cutie marks.
Oh, is that what they're called?
That's what their icon on their side is called, a cutie mark.
A cutie mark. That's funny.
And then the lady who originally made them, she called them like rump brands or something. And like, she's like, I called them rump things. And then like, she's like, in retrospect, their name is better.
At least she's being honest, dude. At least she's being honest. That's funny.
Oh, yes. We will do a 80s movie thing, and I will have you on, Sammy, because I could go off on some 80s movies, man. I'm an 80s movie. I will get deep into random movies. Probably no one's ever see Gleaming the Cube.
I have not.
Oh, Christian Slater.
What?
Skateboard movie.
Nice. Okay.
He's a rebel skateboarder kid.
Yeah.
And he gets in trouble with like some guy who's a cop, and they steal something or whatever. And so like they have like all these montages of like him making a skateboard, and then like there's a skateboard battle scene where like he fights a guy, like, but he's doing it while skateboarding and like kicking. It's like it's amazing.
Epic. That's epic. Well, you gotta love
and since like Christian Slater is legitimately basically like, he reminds me of Jack Nicholson so much.
In the
so
movie,
it's like Jack Nicholson. No, just in real life.
Yeah.
Look at the guy. He looks like he looks and kind of acts like a young Jack Nicholson.
Yeah.
And like it's like young Jack Nicholson is skateboarding. Seems so not right, but it's just such a good movie.
Jeez, man. I got
Howard the Duck. That was an old school one.
That's a good movie. That's a good movie.
I was so excited when he had his cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, in Guardians. I know Veronica she asked me, she's like, why is there a duck in this movie?
He's actually a Marvel character.
No, I know. I told her, I was like, yeah, he's actually a Marvel character. Like, believe it or not, even though.
And the movie, like, because he's like a foul mouth. Like, he's like really like the actual comics were like very adult.
Yeah.
And like, the movie they made in the 80s was like very not adult.
Yeah. Well, it had, you could almost feel like
they were trying to like be PG but edgy, and it totally didn't work.
No, it just came
like it was literally a guy in a duck suit. It was terrible. It was like
cheeseball.
It
was almost as bad as the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
Ooh, that's a bad one. That's very bad. I collected those cards as a kid.
Oh, dude, I
loved
the Garbage Pail Kids, and I saw that movie, and I was like, what is this? What did you do to my Garbage Pail Kids? My kids hate the Garbage Pail Kids. They go, Dad, really? This is what you liked as a kid?
Oh, your kids hate everything you liked as a kid.
No, oh yeah, no, you're right. But I mean, like once again, the things that we had as kids.
And one of the greatest could never happen in today's age movies, or at least not the way that it happened there, was Short Circuit.
Oh my! Don't even get me started. I love that movie so much.
I love that movie, but you know that like the casting of that could never happen today because the guy who plays the Indian guy is a straight up white guy
with
like in makeup
and like really
putting on a bad accent. like could you imagine them trying to get away with that in today's cancel culture day and age?
Nope.
Could you even come close to imagining that? Like they were like, okay, yeah, we're going to have an Indian guy, but it's played by this white guy. He's going to do a bad impression of an Indian guy.
Yeah, no, it's going to be super like stereotypical, like
stereotypical as it can get. Way over the top. But it's such a good movie.
And you know why it's a good movie? Because Steve Guttenberg is the man. I love, dude, the Goot.
Police Academy?
Absolutely.
Police Academy movies?
Oh my God, dude. He is
Bobcat Goldthwait.
He's a maniac. He's a maniac.
Bubba, when he gets in, like there's one scene where he gets in, he's so big he rips out the seat and he like rips out all the seats of his car and then he sits in the back on like an egg crate because the dude's like 19 feet tall.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I gotta go watch the Police Academy movies again.
I forget what's the dude? I forget. I know his name. I forget his name off the top of my head. The total serious dude who's all about the guns. What's his name?
Yes. Tackleberry.
Tackleberry, dude. I love that guy.
Tackleberry.
He's awesome.
He's got like 17,000 guns and he's like
he knows everything about them.
Yeah. And then there's that blonde lady that they were always like, she was like almost like a Russian looking blonde lady. Oh my God. So not PC, but such a good movie.
Oh my Oh, that's another movie that would be like
Michael Winslow. What was the name of his character on that? On the movie, I know his name's Michael Winslow, the man of 1,000 voices.
Oh my gosh, what is his name?
Oh my God,
you're killing me. What is his name?
I love it. He makes all.
He does it so much better than we do, though.
Oh yeah, well, we just did a terrible Lost Boys. You can't even. Kiefer Sutherland as a vampire, Corey Haim. I mean,
the Corey man,
amazing. The one Corey. Well, so sad what happened to that kid, man. So sad.
What about The Outsiders? Is that
good?
Was that in the 80s? I'm trying to remember.
I think that was 80s or maybe even 70s, late 70s, 80s. I don't know.
No, that was
it had to be 80s.
Lucas.
Yeah, I didn't get into Lucas. Like, if it wasn't kind of because like those were horror movies, but they weren't horror movies. Like, I don't really like horror movies, but I like Lost Boys.
Yeah, well, it's more of like creepy. It's more of like a creepy
drama, action-y movie. Like I love those.
Me too.
I don't like all the Die Hards. I mean, Bruce Willis, Die Hard, amazing.
Whitewater Summer with Kevin Bacon and Sean.
Whitewater Summer with Kevin Bacon. No, I don't know that one.
Now that she reminded me, what about One Crazy Summer, dude?
Oh, yeah.
Dude. And you know why that holds a place in my heart? I remember I was 4 years old. My parents were going to the movies. I didn't know what they were going to see, and I was begging them to go. And it was like a 10 o'clock showing. They brought me, and it was One Crazy.
Isn't that like an R-rated movie?
Oh yeah, no, but dude, like my mom was like, "You were crazy." You were like, "I need it," because I'd never been to the movies before. That was my first time ever going to a movie. And my mom's like, "We figured you'd just fall asleep, dude." My mom goes, "You stayed up through the whole movie laughing when you're supposed to." I was like 4 years old.
Dude, that movie's epic.
It is epic.
Epic.
Bobcat, dude.
Bobcat. I'm a Bobcat fan, man. I'm a big Bobcat Goldthwait fan.
Yeah. No, me too, man. And it's funny when you hear him really talk like the way he talks in interviews, and you're like, who is this guy?
It's same like when you like the kid who plays Spider-Man, like, but he's British.
Oh, the new Spider-Man.
Tom Holland,
yeah.
Yeah. And he's British, but then you're like, yeah. He's like, apples and pears and I'm knackered and you're like, wait,
dude, yeah, I know. I'm knackered up the stairs with my apples and pears. I just rhymed.
I was like, what?
Well, isn't I think it was Loki too, right?
Yeah.
Loki, he's like British or from the UK.
All of them are.
Yeah.
everybody's either from the British, the UK, Australia. Like nobody is from America. It seems like none of them.
Well, except for Iron Man. Why am I spacing his actual name?
Downey Jr.
Thank you,
Robert Downey Jr.
and
Chris Evans.
Chris Evans.
Captain America. Like he was legitimately an American. Thank God they got an American.
Dude, I was just gonna say that would be kind of wrong to have
on every level. On every level, that would be wrong.
I think people would be screaming about that. But speaking of Robert Downey Jr., you ever watch Back to School?
Oh yeah,
dude. Another one.
Back to School. Awesome movie. The Triple Lindy. I still remember the name of the die.
I know, dude.
The Triple Lindy,
dude.
And then it involves doing like fart noises with your arm. He's got to do like 2 of these. This is a ridiculous thing, and they make it out like so crazy. I love it.
Yeah. Well, Rodney Dangerfield, dude.
Rodney Dangerfield in Caddyshack.
Oh,
one of the ultimate movies of all time is Caddyshack.
Absolutely. It makes you want to go play golf.
I could watch I loved golf. That's what made my dad is a golfer. Like he just
that's right. Your dad is
all he cares about. And
yeah.
I got into golf and I was on the golf team in high school and stuff like that.
That's right. You told me that. Yeah.
I wasn't a very good golfer, but I was okay. Never got a hole in one. Wish I would have. Maybe I'll get one.
That's hard, man. I mean,
you want to know what's really disheartening as a child? So I'm on the golf team, right? I'm like, okay, I'm doing okay. Like most improved player or something. So I'm doing all right. I could shoot okay. And so we're in this match, and the kid I'm playing against, we're on this par 3, and he goes and he shoots hole in one. I'm like, son of a gun. All right, I'll have to make it up later in the match.
Right.
The next hole was another par 3, hole in one.
No.
This kid back-to-backed hole in ones.
How in the? That's insane, dude.
Yeah.
Wow. And
I was like,
you're like, I quit.
I'm done. What am I going to do? What do you do with that?
Yep.
People are like, so how'd the match go? I'm like, he got 2 hole in ones. What do you want me to do?
Get 3 hole in ones.
Son of a. But that movie is, I love it. And Rodney Dangerfield is so perfect in that movie. He's perfect. He is the epitome of like a jerk. But you like him.
Oh yeah. No. You love to hate him. You love to hate him.
You kind of like him.
Heart and Souls with Robert Downey Jr. Have you ever heard of that?
No.
Gee, Sammy's coming up with some hidden gems that.
Yeah, actually, I love that movie so much that when we went to the beach in one of upcoming videos, I'm coming back and we went to the pool in the morning, and we went out to the beach, and so we came back and go back to the hotel to get lunch, and there's tape all around the pool.
Duty.
So I go, uh-oh, somebody Spaldinged in the pool. I'm like, nobody's gonna know what I'm talking about, but that's the reference. Like that's how much I love that movie. It's just so great. Like his Bill Murray's Dalai Lama speech.
Oh my dude, it's epic.
Have you watched any of the documentaries
I've seen
the making of that movie, on how crazy it was?
Yes, and like they would take off, and I think it was like they found Bill Murray like passed out somewhere on the golf course or something.
Yeah. And like he was only supposed to be like a walk-on. Like he was going to do a cameo or something. And they only had him for like 2 days or something like that. So they filmed him like straight. And he just basically ad-libbed his entire parts everything he did almost is an ad-lib.
And it's like the most memorable parts.
And it's the most memorable parts of all the movie.
Yeah.
The Dalai Lama Gunga Lunga.
Gunga Lunga. Gunga Lunga.
Gunga Lunga. At least I got that going for me.
Which is nice. Which is nice.
Which is nice. I love that. I could just I gotta go watch that again. I love that movie.
Oh.
All right, guys. It is 10 o'clock. We have gone for 2 hours again. Somehow on nothing. Geeking out with Melly Mel. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing up when we're leaving. But we have been going for 2 hours, and we're one thing, we've come up with a couple things here that we've decided. One, we're going to do some sort of hot food challenge between me and Drew. We'll decide on the same hot food. We'll buy it, and we'll do that in one of the next upcoming ones. The other one is we're going to have a special guest with Sammy Skidoo.
Yes.
And we're going to do that on a 15-second timer with a beeper or something so we can beep her out. I think we'll do the 80s movies next week. So next week, I'll get with Sammy Skidoo. We'll get her on here. And we are going to do an 80s movie retrospect. And we're just going to talk about our favorite 80s movies and why we love them and what you guys should think. Maybe we'll do a top 5 each. Everybody come up with their own top 5.
Yeah, everybody.
Like 80s movie. And we'll compare our lists and we'll argue. And we'll throw out, see if anybody's got any back knowledge or anything like that. And we'll do that. An 80s movie. And a lot of tangents. That's going to be the subject. It's probably not going to be what we're talking about. But
no, I
as
think
you guys know, we don't really.
No, I think we're going to stick on target for at least 40 minutes of the show.
43 minutes, maybe.
43, I think. And then the rest of the time.
Somewhere in that range.
I think I think it'll be a
Born in the 80s.
Yeah.
I was close. 77, man. Close.
77. I was 81.
Man. Right in that range.
Yeah.
Hunting.
Yeah.
Hunting.
Yeah, I hear you, Sammy. I want to watch an 80s movie.
I'm going to go watch an 80s movie again, too.
Yeah, I should probably.
So that's what we'll do.
The 80s movie that you told me to watch, Jamie. How about that?
Yes, you got to go watch The Last Dragon.
I'm going to
not watch The Last Dragon. I'm going to be very mad at you next week because we will talk about that movie.
I know, because I have time.
In depth.
I know. I have time.
In depth.
I'm going to watch it. I'm watching it.
I'm going to go rewatch it because I love it. It's literally one of my favorite movies in the world.
Well, I'm probably going to have to watch it twice. I love watching movies over and over again, but I want to be able to, like, the first time you watch it. Second time you watch it, you're pinpointing, and then you know the storyline, so then you can look at other stuff. So I'm weird like that. Okay,
so next weekend is the 80s. After that, the week after that, we'll do our hot food challenge. We'll figure something out. I'll figure something good. Drew and I will figure it out.
Yep.
And who knows what we'll go from there. I just like getting to chat with my buddy Drew and you guys in the chat. It'll be awesome. I love it. Oh, Who Framed Roger Rabbit? Oh, that is fantastic. That a Disney 80s movie is just that one caps it right there. Perfect.
Revolutionary.
Perfect way to bring it to Disney. I love that movie. It's revolutionary. Charles Fleischer, Judge Doom. I nominated him to run Disney if Mickey Mouse dropped out on the Diz Jabber show. He's like, okay, Mickey's retire and they got to get rid of him. Who do you put as the new face of Disney? Like Judge Doom. Yep. Nobody expects Judge Doom. Creepy laugh.
They don't.
Fast. Everything perfect.
At least for this year, 2020.
No, he would be the perfect person for 2020.
He's the poster child of 2020.
So, all right, you guys know, watch out for nunchuck bears.
Absolutely.
100%. That's nunchuck bears, murder hornets. These are all things that can kill you. So be very careful. But there's only one way to live.
It's in the moment. And you got to remember, this guy over here does not do outros. So
that's it. We'll talk to you guys later. Later.
Bye, everybody.